Hello everyone. Today I wanted to talk a bit or elaborate a bit more about around my video, the one I made called A Reptilian Fairy Nightmare. And in that video I imagine what happened when a scientist tried to make two perfect human beings. Innocent and based on what people call mammalian brain or empathic brain. So these two innocent people, their brain is based on compassion. And so the scientist got his own ideas and he feels he's going to make a perfect world. But then nature take its course, and we know that Cain happened. And that when his story starts. So Cain, and I have made a few notes here. So Cain was a farmer. And there is no one more attached to the land than a farmer. You could say that the opposite of a farmer is a nomadic person. A nomad, someone who moved from place to place. And so when the Lord God cursed him, he couldn't have chosen a better curse or a worse one, let's say. Because he took Cain from the land and he cursed him to be a wanderer of the earth. So no more farming for him, right? And let me tell you that when the Lord gods used to curse, they don't curse for 10 years, they don't curse for 100 years, they curse for eternity. That's a long time, and it's still today. The curse is still today. So, when you take the land from a farmer, you leave a big hole, you leave an emptiness. It is a bit like the bottomless pit, right? Now I imagine Cain, and he is wandering the world, and his means of survival are taken from him, and he's living perhaps to start with charity of handovers, from the people outside. Remember that if you read the Bible, they say that Adam and Eve were the first ones. No, they were the first one innocent. They were the first one, let's say, based on the mammalian brain or a compassionate brain, and they were living in a safe gated place called Eden. And now, how do we know that they weren't the first one? Is because when the Lord God said to Cain, "Off you go, outside, you are cursed," and he was terrified. So he said, "Don't send me over there. Don't send me outside Eden. They will kill me. They will kill me." And so the Lord God said to him, "Oh, don't worry, if you read the passage, apparently it says, I can't remember exactly, but it says, well, they won't touch you, they won't touch you, I curse them, and blah, blah, blah." So we know there were other people outside. And I believe even that Cain eventually got married outside with the outside people. So let's now walk in Cain's shoes. So now we're going from one place to another, not allowed to set foot nowhere, and still having to survive. How do you do that? Well, you do commerce. You take a product from one place and you tell the people, well, give me your fabrics, and what do you need? I'm going to that place around there, and they have pottery. Do you need pottery? Yes, we do. So you take the fabrics and you go and change it for pottery. In exchange, the people will give you food and shelter for a bit. because you need to move. You need to move on. So you do. You start commerce. You start being the in between two people, and they don't want to go from one place to another, and they use you. And you can be happy. You get your food and shelter, but there is this emptiness in Cain. Remember. So you need something more. And also there is so much so you can barter and exchange and eat. Food is perishable. And if you're a nomad, you need to travel light, or as light as possible. So you need something that allows you, when you go to the next place, to buy what you need. And so money appear in the world. So it could be, they saw that silver, for example, silver can be used, gold can be used, and then people started to make money. That's how money appeared in the world. So let me see in here. As I said, bartering has a limit. Food is perishable, take big space, so you need something. And money was the answer. But when money appeared in society, everything changed. And greed started its way in society. This is why we say that money is the root or source of all evil. I would say that it is because the source itself is evil. Everyone got a theory about why, for example, one of the most recognizable symbol for money is the dollar. And the dollar is an S. To me, that S represents the snake. And it is globally recognized. If you do the S symbol, everyone knows that is money. It represents money, basically. To me, it's a reminder that it's all started with a tree and a snake. And for me, S is for snake. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.